Can you hear it out there? No?
Check 1, 2.
Now is it? All right. The video ain't playing.
I have to do something with this flag.
You actually shared your first race car. You didn't both have one. You shared the car. What was that like? I mean, did you enjoy that?
No, not at all.
But a guy gets starting to win 75, 50, 75% of the time he comes out. Now, all of a sudden, there's a lot of people in the pits that they don't like that guy. Yeah.
They keep yelling cheater.
Yeah, he's cheating.
If you're winning, you're cheating.
Nobody can win.
Little Bobby will bounce back. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Before you know it, Wes will be laying on the front stretch at Charlotte with him again, helping him hug the trophy. So all will be well in the Bobby Pierce world. You guys tell me, how many times does somebody beat the truck fair and square? I'm not talking about breaking or anything like that. How many times do you get beat in that truck at Thunder Mountain this year?
0.
And welcome to a special edition of Dirt Racing on the Bluegrass Live, presented by Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. We're here live from Florence Speedway, live on Facebook. We've also got quite a crowd gathered out here at Florence Speedway. Vendor Row, if you're on the grounds here at Florence Speedway and you're not here close to the Josh Rice merch trailer, we've got Dustin Linville, Jason Jameson, trailer behind us here, Graphic Impressions back here, right on Vendor Row. So come check us out if you're on the grounds here at Florence Speedway. But this is the North-South 100 preview show. We started this podcast two North-Souths ago. This makes our third for the podcast. We started at North-South 100 weekend. And so just glad to be back. Never done this before, live from the racetrack. So here we are. We've got plenty of drivers coming to be with us. First, we're going to start off right off the bat. I don't know if there's a bigger in this area. It doesn't get any better than Josh Rice. So, man, just glad to have you on here with us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The hometown hero.
Absolutely, man. I'm telling you what. At Florence Speedway, and it's like this a lot of places, he's got fans everywhere. You watch them, they travel. But here at Florence, I mean, you're talking like, I don't know, I'm guessing, 75% of the crowd is pro Josh Rice. I mean, Josh Rice fans.
You can definitely see it when I run good. It's hard not to look in the crowd when we're running good, but definitely haven't been very
this flag, man.
we haven't been very good this year, but we're working on it.
Well, this is a big stretch right here, starting with the North-South 100. A lot of big races coming up in the state of Kentucky. A lot of money races with memorial races with the Butterball there at Richmond, and then the Harold Hargrove Memorial there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. So a lot of big races here. August is the super late model money races month, I guess, each and every year. So
yeah, and of course we're starting out with a new car, and I've had a lot of people ask me, they're like, why this weekend? Why would you break it out this weekend? It's like, well, we haven't really set the world on fire this year. We've only won 2 nights, so and they were just hanging on nights. We weren't really good by no means. So we had a team meeting with the car owner, and me and Dad and James and Sean and all of our guys got together, and this is what we got. We got a brand new Longhorn. I can't thank Rick Jones enough for getting it for us. obviously last night we were decent in the heat race. We fired off good enough to take the lead, and we got a good draw there. Is the only reason we were up front. I think we learned a lot of what not to do. We were very bad in that heat feature there, but we got with Vinny today. We've been on the phone with him all day long, and a lot of the adjustments he's wanting to make today are stuff that makes sense to me, stuff that I want to do already. So I think we're going to be a lot better today. We're going to be at a totally different starting point. But I can't thank all of them guys enough for taking me under their wing. All the Bilstein guys, we just come from their trailer. They're going through a lot of our stuff. Obviously, Steve Arpin, everything they did at Longhorn getting us in. It's kind of crazy, really, especially to bring it here this weekend. Like say, we've had a new rocket. We've tried a bunch of stuff. We've cut cars in half. We've cut, and we've tried everything. And like say, starting out with a Longhorn really made sense. You know, we keep going back to our standard with rocket, and we just weren't getting anywhere. And we can only go back to standard so many times. So we kind of start fresh, and we can just do what the butt feels now. We just go off what I'm feeling, and that Vinny's working good with us. So like I say, I think we'll be a lot better tonight.
Well, I think a few years ago you maybe tested a Longhorn, and maybe it was last year even. I can't remember, but it was. We thought it was an interesting choice there to break it out North-South 100 weekend. I mean, this is the biggest weekend of the year for everybody around this area. But you for sure, man. This is the one. This is the one you're shooting for right here. The one you dream about.
Yeah, of course. Well, last year with Danny, I didn't have much information behind me. We kind of were just going off of what we knew with rocket stuff, and we were way out in left field. And I told Danny that too. Like, it's bad timing. We got a new house being built. I'm good in my rocket stuff. Like, now's just not the good time to be in it. So we got in our rocket stuff last year. We were good at the beginning part of the year, and then the house build came. When the house build came, I didn't even care to race. I want this house done. I want to get out of my shop now, get in my new shop. Yeah. And we got behind, man. We, like I say, the last 3 or 4 months there racing, I didn't even care to be at the racetrack. I was like, I'm so worried about this house being done. It should have been a 3-month deal. It turned out to be an 8. It was a total disaster. Right. Had to fire people, hire new. Luckily, Eddie Ring, the guy that takes care of all my apparel, he took me in under his wing, and he did me a solid and got it done. I don't know how I'll ever repay him. Like I say, he's making me a ton of money this weekend, and of course everybody here buying stuff. It really helps me out. It keeps my race team going. I couldn't do it without all that, but like I say, just got behind with the house deal, and like I say, we went back to our standard 20 times this year, and it's just not there anymore. Yeah.
Well, I know that's got to be frustrating. You know, we talk about this, because I hear people say once you experience victory lane, nothing else is good enough. You got to have it's all about winning. I mean, it's all about winning, and so I can understand the frustration for you there, not running to your standard, because we talked about it. You were down on yourself last night when we came up and talked to you, and we were talking about it today. You finished 5th there in the race last night, in the dual race, and it's like, man, that's a good run for first night out, but that ain't good enough for you. I know that's
breaking a new car out, ain't got a scratch on it, run 5th, and I was aggravated. Man. I didn't even want to, I was like, why do y'all want to interview me for?
He was definitely frustrated, but you look at bringing, a lot of people question, why in the world would you bring a new car, especially a Longhorn, to North-South 100 weekend? Well, if there's any track that that's your home track and you're comfortable at, it would be here at Florence Speedway. So that's what makes sense. When I looked at it, I was like, well, if you're going to do it, go big right out of the box.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we talked about it too. I mean, there's 3 nights of racing. We obviously learned a lot last night. We got all night tonight. We don't care about these 2. We want Saturday.
Right.
And like you said, all the fans here, I want to run good. This is my weekend. This is my weekend where I show up with the best, everything I got. And, we got our Vic Hill in, brand new Longhorn. We've got everything there to do it. We just got to get all the right people together. And you'll never hear me say a bad thing about Mark Richards or any of the guy from Rocket. Sure. They did everything they could to help me. And, just car owner decided this is what he wanted to do. And, when you look at Lucas Oil and World of Outlaw finishes, and you see 1 through 8 all Longhorns, it's like, man, you either got to join them or keep getting beat by them. So this is what we decided to do, and we're going to try to get better all weekend.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how the rest of the weekend plays out. I have no doubt it'll be great. It's funny. I want to go back a little bit. We were talking about there at the first. When you come into Florence, Kentucky, you see the Florence y'all tower there. The first thing you think about is, honestly, the first thing I think about, I'm going to be honest, this is no slight to anybody else, but it's Josh Rice. This is Josh Rice country right here. So I know these fans mean a lot to you, but you're talking about going down the track and you see people jumping up and down. I mean, I'm telling you, you can see it on both sides of the track. Do you look up there? I mean, are there times that you are looking up in the grandstands?
Last year when I slid Bobby for second, I was like, "Oh my goodness, this place is going crazy."
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine if we could get to the front in one of these deals. It would be epic. It would be nothing short of epic. And I know we brought our water tower shirts this year. I don't know if Florence will get mad at us for doing that or not, the water tower, but I love putting the Rice Brothers, y'all. Maybe one night we'll get a ladder and get up there and just put Rice Brothers, y'all.
I think that would be epic. I think we ought to get that going. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Let's
paint that red, orange, and put Rice Brothers,
let's get it
y'all
painted
on
the way
there.
it needs to be.
Because I mean, seriously,
painted. That's right.
When we rolled up, I said, take a picture. I always take a picture of the Florence y'all with the water tower. But I think of that every time. I'm like, this is Josh and James Rice country, Florence, Kentucky, and that'd be cool to do that.
Poor James, man, he's been fast all year.
Yeah,
goes to Richmond, had a shot at winning, motor blows up. He would have made this deal, no doubt. He's faster than me all year. I hate it for him, and the reason I'm so dirty, his car's still in the trailer, and I'm like, his shit's fast.
Yeah.
I crawled underneath there today, took some shocks off, so I have options tonight. I got a lot of James's options in the trailer.
You're thinking it through. There's always options, and that's a good thing. You're right. You know what? Actually, James was on our very first North-South 100 preview show, so I'm so glad you gave him a shout-out. One of the things we asked him, we had him on, that was 2 years ago, North-South 100 win. I asked him, I said, I know you and your brother are close, but, comes down to the wire. Dirty slider for the win. Are you throwing it? Are you taking a chance on it with Josh being up front?
He's already done it. He done it at Muller one night. He threw a big nasty.
So he's already done it.
Yeah, he's already done it. So I know he'd do it for the North-South.
Yeah. If he was here tonight, though, and it came down the last lap, and you had the option, I'm going to settle for second, or James going to go ahead and pick up the win, are you throwing the dirty slider, or are you letting brother...
$6,000 or $75,000?
I'm talking 75.
We're talking 75.
I'm throwing it.
You're throwing the slider. That's right. That's what we like to hear. But no, and I know you and your brother are close. And it's always fun getting to watch both of you guys run. We see you all over the place, down in Central Kentucky and here, of course, and saw you a couple weeks ago, both of you up at Moeller, and both of you running really good. And so I hate to see, I'm like you, I hate to see he's had that bad luck.
Yeah, it's really cool, too, what James and Sean have done with the race team. I mean, I honestly think it hurts us in a way. We got three minds that are we all know what we want. We know they can tell me what the car's doing sometimes better than I can. And they're back there right now working their tails off. And as hot as it is this weekend, I honestly can't thank them enough for everything. I couldn't do it without them, honestly. James, we were up. We got home from Brownstown Saturday night. We decided, we're like, all right, we're getting Longhorn out. We were terrible. I mean, we weren't terrible. We were on third, and I don't know. We went with our biggest adjustment we could make, and we're like, well, we don't know what else we can get out of this thing. So Saturday, we got home unloaded, washed, and it was 3 or 4 in the morning by the time we went to bed. Me and Sean took off work all week, got the Longhorn done. We went through it, we thought, to a T. And all night long we were finding stuff wrong. Our droop was wrong. We had a couple bar links wrong. Right front shock rebound was wrong. And I keep telling Vinny, like every other text, I'm like, sorry, everything's new to me. Like, I'm still learning how to drive it. Like, last night qualifying, I was going down the front stretch, and these things pull so hard to the left. I'm like, man, I want to be up here on the racetrack, but I'm like, I feel like I'm a new guy in these things. But I learned a lot last night behind the wheel, and like I say, it's totally different. Everything's different. Shocks are different. Fuel, we don't even know. Sure. I'm texting him asking how much fuel to put in it for the future. I'm like, so we're learning a lot. Like say, Sean and James, of course, Dad, Tony, just everybody, Cole. There's a lot that goes into it. We've got a lot of help. Especially this weekend, we got a ton of help. But just can't thank everybody enough. And like I say, I really think we're going to be at a good starting point tonight, and looking forward to it. Yeah. What we're going to see, let's talk about the rest of this weekend tonight. What we're going to see from Joe, we had solid 5th place run. First night out in the car, you learned some stuff. You're going to be better tonight. I believe. 100% going to be better tonight. Honestly, I felt like I had a 10th place car last night and held on for 5th. So for the car to be intact, I've out-wrecked it one time down in 3 and 4. And I'm like, this thing's brand new. I'm just going to try to hold on and get as wide as I can. And yeah, like I say, everything that we're doing today makes sense for what I'm feeling. So, like I say, I think we're going to be a lot better.
And then Saturday night, $75,000 to win. You've won multiple Ralph Latham Memorials, but this is the big one. What we're going to see from that 11 car, Josh Rice, on Saturday night. You're going to bring home the win, the one we've all been wanting to see. A lot of people here have been wanting to see that one.
Man, I just hope I can get something where I can drive it. I feel like holding on for fifth last night on that cushion was good enough. So if I can just get it to where I can get it around there, I think I'll be all right. Like I say, our Vic Hill's running really good. I think that's the only reason we held on for fifth, as good as that thing ran. So we just got to get it to where I can drive it, and I think we'll be there.
And what would happen, Wes? We talk about this all the time. What would happen to this place if Josh Rice won on Saturday night? I don't know if it would be safe, to be honest with you.
I think the fans would probably burn the place down. We would party. it would be a huge party, even more so.
Dying to see it. I seen it for the Ralph Latham, and Vic told me, he said, "Hey, the motor's got to come out after this weekend." So I'm liable to blow this son of a bitch up if I win this deal. So yeah, I would love to see it for everybody here. It would be insane.
Oh man, it'd be cool.
It would definitely be a sight to see, and man, we're just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well,
can't wait.
Josh King, I'm sure, does not like the idea of burning the place down west. He was talking about he didn't ask for permission on something earlier. Well, we didn't ask permission to do this, so we don't want to go. We could come and get run out of this place. We talk about burning the place down, but it would be an absolute party. It'd be a whole lot of fun. Man, I appreciate you so much joining us on here. First time we've ever done this. I said we got to have you on here.
Yeah,
so
this is cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thanks
good
for
luck
having
the
me.
rest of the weekend. Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
All right, Josh Rice, everybody, give him a hand. Yeah, man. Thank you. We appreciate you. So, like I said, really cool to have Josh on here. We appreciate those guys, James, and they're both just super nice people. Go over, check out their merchandise trailer before you leave here. Buy some merchandise. I know it means a whole lot to these guys here, race local, regionally here in this area. Merchandise sales means a whole lot to them. So buy a T-shirt or a hat or something else good over there while you're here. Let's go ahead and just move right along, get some other drivers on here. Let's go ahead with who wants to hear from the Rooster? Dustin Linville. Let's go ahead and get him on here. That's sorry, we couldn't wipe it.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
All right, here we go. So we're good. Yeah, we're gonna. We need to go that way, I think. Let's step on. We're being motion. We're being motion.
There we go. We look good.
We better now.
Got the producer.
Yeah, here we go. The producer. We're not going to tell who the producer is.
No.
We can. There's a special reasons we cannot tell who the producer is, but we do have a good producer here on the podcast this weekend. But man, Dustin, good to have you on here with us. Second time we've had you here on the podcast. I said again, we're all about dirt racing in Kentucky. We got to have Dustin Linville on here. So.
Oh yeah, it's good to be on here.
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna back up Josh Rice here, but this ain't 2010 at Ponderosa.
I know, man. It's a tough area to follow with him, but no, I mean you had a solid run there last night too in that Hatcher 6 car. Tell us a little bit about last night and what you learned, what you're looking forward to this evening.
Yeah, I've raced that car I think 4 times now, and he had a guy work on it down in the Carolinas, Wesley Page. He done a little bit of shock work on it, and I feel like we started off really bad. We drawed bad first off. That's always everybody's excuse.
Hey, man,
I'm falling on that one.
All right.
Got a bad draw.
So we're terrible draw. We ain't no good at that. So we drawed the Hornet's Nest. So couldn't really. We started off, okay, but not good enough. So got us buried there, made it through the B main, made some adjustments on the car, kind of fit me better. And in the feature, we was really good. I felt like I was having to go up there and run the Josh Rice line there, trying to live up to the legacy.
Right.
But that was my last resort. I wasn't no good around the bottom. So, I think we have a really good base program now. I talked to the Hatcher this morning and my dad and my father-in-law back there. We kind of put our heads together on where we want to be tonight, where we want to start out.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing about this deal right here. You got 3 solid nights of racing. It's 3 separate shows, so there's a lot of laps you can get on the track. It's a good, just like Josh, he's bringing out a new Longhorn. I mean, That was risky. You know,
no
he's
doubt
good.
it was,
He's good
yeah.
here in his rocket stuff, but like no doubt he picked up where he left off. You know, last night to look good, but you got so many laps you can pick up over 3 days of racing. You know, I feel like by tonight we should be okay.
Yeah.
We're either gonna go one way or the other, but by tomorrow we should either be really. I hope we're better, but
Well, I
you
think
never
it-
know. I don't know. I mean, it's just a roll of the dice,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We'll see what we got to draw better first,
Right.
so get in a better group, you know.
That'll get you started if you can get a good draw for Friday's show. Maybe that'll get you going in the right direction. First off, but
Yeah.
tell
for
us a little bit about this Hatcher deal with the 6th car there at a Campbellsville, Kentucky.
Yeah, we've raced on and off with Danny and Gene and Daniel Hatcher. They're good people. I think me and Victor Lee's raced more with him than anybody. I know he's had Nick Hoffman and a couple guys in there, but
Yeah.
they always got good equipment. You know, I always aggravate him all the time. He lives in boxes in his trailers because you'll go racing in one trailer one week and the next week, I got this and sold. So we live out of tote boxes. This weekend we're in my rig, so. No, he's always got good equipment, and he works hard. He tries to find the speed, you know, and whatever it costs, you know, he tries to put to it. You know, that's where I can't really. Me and my team, we can't really keep up with the expenses thing. You know, kind of small funded.
Sure, yeah.
But it helps a lot. I mean, this week a lot of people don't know, but this week we sold our supercar, so I'm out of super racing.
Oh man, I
have
didn't
a
know
crate
that.
car
You're
left.
breaking news
And
on us.
here-
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know this.
And here we
man.
got we're hanging on to the lead in the Ultimate Series.
Right.
But I don't know how, but we're mediocre in the head, you know. But I think we're going to try to finish out the points deal with him,
Yeah.
and then he's wanting to go to a couple other races, so
That'll be
it worked
good.
out pretty good. I texted him, told him I had all my stuff for sale, and I know he wheels and deals this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I said I got a truck, trailer, super motor. We sold our car. I'm gonna keep my crate car. I said, "You interested in any of this?" And he said, "I'm interested. Maybe the trailer." He said, "I got a toter, but I need a trailer." And he said, "I need a steering wheel holder." And I said, "Well, I can hold a steering wheel. I don't know how good I can steer it, but we'll try, you know." But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, he's always been right there with us. We've kept good connections with them guys, and yeah, I mean, it's a pleasure to drive their stuff. They're always. You don't know what you're going to get. He does the race cars like he does his car lots, you know, and the trailers. You don't know what you'll be in one car one week, and the next week he sold it and got another car. But
Yeah.
Oh
you know.
yeah, he tickles me because you just never know, and he's absolutely a wheeler and dealer. I
Yeah.
mean, he's buy, sell, trade, you know, every second. I mean, it's if he
Yeah.
gets a good deal or
he's-
somebody makes him a good offer, it's gone.
he said everything's always for sale for the
Right.
right price.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit too, though, because we've talked to you about it before off camera. But you know, and it bothers me too, just as a fan. You know, growing up watching all of you guys, and you're younger than I am, but I feel like I grew up watching you. I think you were like what,
feel old,
5 when you started in a late model. It seems like, but maybe
feels
not
like
quite
it.
that young. But you know, I know it keeps getting harder and harder on you guys, particularly just to be able to afford with just all the stuff that goes into supers these days.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like nowadays, I mean, I'll just tell you the truth. You know, like nowadays, I'll give you a ratio. It's 80% equipment, 20% driver.
Yeah.
And that's straight facts.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, like me and Devin Gilpin was talking yesterday. He said, "Man, I sucked last year, and I'm okay this year." But he said, it falls back to the horse you're riding.
Yeah.
You know, you can buy a lot of speed nowadays.
Sure.
And hopefully, I mean, that's what I say with the Hatcher guys. They seem like they stay pretty good in the loop with the Longhorn crew.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it ain't so you cannot be off at all. Everybody, you're either in Rockets or you're in Longhorns nowadays. And in the super, we tried to build our own. You know, we had the Stealth guys. We got a really good crate program. I feel like we got a good supercar there, but there's so much, you know, that goes into super racing that you can't miss. If you're off, you know, a 10th, you know, you're a lap car in the feature. You know, you just can't miss. But you know, the Rockets and Longhorn guys are so on top of one another in the super class.
Yeah.
And share information. I'm out of the loop though. I'm outlaw. But so you know, they're all working together, and when you got that many different guys racing up and down the road and racing, you know, 3, 4, 5 times a week, you know, at this time of the year, you know, they're sharing information. There's a lot of knowledge that's coming about, and
especially when that's what they do.
Job.
Right.
You know, with you going to work every day and trying to figure out how to just
I got to go work on wood every day and try to think about racing, but I got to make a living.
right. Yeah. You got to make the money too.
And it's crazy nowadays because, you know, in a week you can look at you're not just racing on the weekends now. You know, you could run a Monday show, a Tuesday show, Wednesday show, or a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's racing. You know, if you wanted to, you could about run 4, 5, 6 times a week. Across the country.
I tell them guys, like, I've thought about, like, I watch that Summer Nationals, and I'm like, I go outside, I'm like, it's freaking 150 degrees out here. If I was fully paid to do that, I don't know if I could physically do it. So I feel for those guys. I mean, that's some serious racing. But I mean, like Turbo, he's so good right now.
Yeah.
And he was really good early in the year,
right.
you know. But when them guys goes and races, you know, 20 whatever races in a month, you know, 25 races or whatever, you know, they're picking up so much information.
Yeah.
And it's same with the McCowan boy. I mean, I've kind of been watching him a little bit, and we raced pretty good in the B main last night. And I mean, he's excelled 2 years in knowledge and you know, learning how to race his car. And I mean, that means a lot. You know, I mean, you know, we joke about it all the time. These guys go to Florida and race. You know, they'll race a whole season of what we would race up here.
Right.
You know, by the time we start racing, they've already got, you know, 30 shows in. So it's just hard. It's just hard to keep up. But, you know, hopefully, like, I like my crate stuff. It kind of takes me back to the go-kart days because everybody's kind of the same speed. You know, we got the same horsepower and whatnot, and then it brings the driver back into the racing.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's a really close race. And around our way, you know, around our neck of the woods, there is a lot of good playing crate races. So, I told Michael last night, me and Michael Shelton was talking, and he feels like he had a good year last year, you know, and this year it's like he can't find his rhythm.
Right.
And I told him, man, I've been there. I was there. I quit. You know, I quit racing for a minute, and I got conned back into this crap. But here we are. So it's a drug you can't get rid of. But I told him, I said, man, just get you a crate car. You know, I mean, I do like I mean, if Danny told me today, you know, you're out of the supercar, I'm done super racing, honestly. Like, I guess I would have to get my points up or whatnot, or maybe crate race, use my crate car to race the super races or something to finish the year out. But, man, it's just tough. I mean,
it's just racing. I mean, you know,
it's very hard to keep up nowadays.
You got the ups and downs, you know, like a roller coaster. And, you know, you talk to you guys as drivers, and it's like, we had a good little spell, done really good, you know, good finishes, and all of a sudden, you know, a couple of DNFs and this, that, and the other, and had issues, you know, mechanical failures, little things that cost you races. And, I mean, it's just ups and downs. That's just racing.
Sure. Yeah, it is.
Well, what are we going to see from you the rest of the weekend, tonight, and then going in tomorrow night, man? What's the goal for you guys being with the hatchet ride and all that you've got going on right now? What's the goal for you?
Well, I mean, like, we just want to make the show. That's the hardest part of that stuff. You just want to get in the race, so you got an opportunity. You just need that chance.
Right.
You know? That's the hardest part, is just getting in these shows anymore, especially with the way they do the groups and the drawing and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like I said, I feel like we got the car, you know, all of us together. We had a pretty balanced car out there in the feature last night. Not the best. We were still off a couple of tenths, you know, 3-4 tenths from the guys up front. So if we can kind of keep working in the direction we was, you know, make progress, you know, the biggest thing. But if we can just make these shows, you know, that's big money to start tomorrow, and you know, $500 I think on these twin features. So we got to pay our tire bill first, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
The thing tire bill, I think in my trailer, I got 20-something tires in my trailer for one car that hauls 4 tires.
We're definitely pulling for you. You're just cheering for cheering for all of you guys, and can't wait to watch you the rest of this week. Glad to see you up here too.
Yeah.
It's really good to see you up here. I want to see you hang on as long as you can to the to the super stuff, because it's always been fun. Always been fun watching you race, and just always enjoyed it. So it's fun hanging out with you last night and stuff. So this place is fun because you get to really hang out with people that everybody's up here and staying at the track and everything. So you get opportunities just to.
Man, I tell people, I don't know, we do got a pretty good fan base, and I told, or maybe you last night, I was like, I think it's just sympathy votes because I suck so bad. Which Michael, he said, he's like, we all suck right now, but it's just, we do got good supporters, and I enjoy being out here on the outside of the ring just as much as being inside the ring.
Yeah.
Just getting to talk to everybody. And these races like this I've been coming here for a long time. I haven't got to race here, a whole lot in the last couple of years, but this is one I always like to come to and race at. And you just see people you don't get to see all the time.
Right.
Just small-time fans and whatever.
Well, this is special, Florence is a special place. North-South 100, Crown Jewel. I mean, I take vacation for it every year. That's how important this race is to me, and I love it. So man, gonna be fun to watch you the rest of the weekend. I know you're all about fans and stuff too. So his T-shirts are right back here behind us. Jason Jameson shirts there as well. We've got our shirts back there for sale. So pick you up all three of them while you're over here. I know it helps you guys a whole lot. It really does. I mean, the merchandise sales and stuff.
Yeah,
to be able to keep doing what you're doing.
Like my father-in-law, he works really hard on this stuff, and they're going to have to come buy an 8 shirt for a 6 car, but we may work on something different for that. So, what happened? I thought Bobby Pierce was coming up here. And Jason Jameson.
I thought he was.
That was going to be good.
I was hoping. I was hoping we'd get him on here at the same time. I think that would be like.
That would have been entertaining.
Yeah, that would be.
I was kind of wondering. Last night that would have went too good.
Well, somebody can find either of those.
Tonight's a new night, so we'll see what happens.
They'll be on the front row of the heat race together.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
I'd like to see it on the front row of a heat race feature. So
you saw that deal. What'd you think about it?
I gotta be. Hey, I like both those guys. I mean, I tell you, like I was ripping that lip, way back in 28th or whatever I was. I was up there, and I feel for Jameson because he was in a spot he couldn't lift.
Right.
If he lifted, he was going to lose his whole right front.
Right.
I mean, it was Eldora style, whipping the cushion style. So, and I seen that it was a Bobby slider. He makes some good ones. He makes a lot of bad ones. But, it's entertaining. It's good for the fan. I hate it that he got tore up. That sucks because, every position matters in this weekend. You want to be able to finish his races. So, them guys are hard racers. Me and Jameson, they killed each other over here for the Fall 50. Almost the same slide job.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people up here remember that, but. Yeah,
you all worked
pulled
that
the Bobby
out.
Side.
So.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'll tell anybody, man, I'm probably the coolest guy you ever met.
Yeah, you are.
Just mellow.
Yeah.
But I go from super mellow to I'm gonna cut your neck.
I've seen it several times.
I've always tried
I don't have
to.
no in between.
So I've always tried to stay on the
grudges.
mellow side of Dustin Linville as best I could. But no, it's fun. It's part of what's always been fun about watching you race and stuff too, man. I mean, you can't, it's no fun. We talked about it. Bass Time with Wes doesn't like fireworks, but not Bass Time with Wes likes a little
post-race drama, a little fireworks on and off the track.
Yeah. So, but that's part of the fun, and you are, man. You've always just been awesome with us, with fans, with everybody. You're just a lot of fun to be around, and we just enjoy being able to hang out with you, and appreciate you coming on here with us, man.
Man, I appreciate what you guys do. You got a good thing going here, and heck, I've known y'all forever. Both of you.
I
good
know,
friends.
Man. It has seemed like forever.
Our community, our Kentucky racing community is pretty cool.
It is
special.
We got good people around us. We got good racetracks,
I almost forgot. I got to talk to you about one more thing.
What you got?
I thought this was really cool. We talked about Mello, Dustin Linville, and what'd you say? Cut your neck off, whatever.
Whatever happens.
0 to 150 like that.
So I thought this was really cool because I've always been the one, like growing up in this sport. you couldn't be a Dustin Linville fan and a Victor Lee fan. You had to be one or the other. You couldn't be both. Well, I was always both.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was the only one that was
probably the
always
only
both.
one,
I think I was the only one that was both. And I always like to go and pick on you and stuff. But last night, you two guys were hanging out there, and had you really spoke even before last night, like much at all?
We've actually, like, I think the last time I seen him was 84 Lumber in Danville. So
really,
we got to talk a little bit, and I've talked to him a lot. I mean, that's about, like, me and Michael had a little situation a couple years ago. Me and Victor had a situation a decade ago, and it lasted almost a grudge for like forever, and we lived 5 minutes apart. So that's what I told me and Mike. I think we've all had a situation at some point or another.
Sure.
And I'm like, is it because we live on top of each other, or what? You know, territorial or whatnot. But I don't know. The worst thing about it, like, we take a lot of the heat because we're in the spotlight ourselves.
You do.
And we never get to, like, one-on-one talk to. If we have a problem with the driver, we can't go directly talk to them.
Yeah.
It's like the crews either get involved or the fans get involved and stuff said.
Yeah.
And then it fires back to,
right.
You got a grudge against this guy because somebody in his crew said something.
Right.
Or, you
got people like me walking in and stirring stuff up. And
he was always a peacemaker. But I mean, like I said, for the most part, 90% of the time, drivers know we got to race each other a lot.
Yeah.
We got. It ain't like you can hate somebody forever and think, I'll just see him one time a year. No, you're going to see him probably every weekend.
Yeah.
So at some point or another, you're going to have to either crack heads or sort stuff out.
Right.
Yeah.
And just figure out
one way or the other.
One way or the other, put stuff behind you. And I mean, like, me and Victor, he was my biggest, like, aside from my dad, he was my favorite race car driver.
Yeah.
So
I know.
I've got Victor Lee shirts and stuff, and I
still got
his
them?
shop. Still got them.
Yeah.
The one with the lead foot. I always said that. I was like, man, the Lincoln lead foot. And he's
so-
got the lead foot on the brake
Yeah.
foot. So I was like, I noticed that when I was like 10. I was like, what the heck? So I mean, he was always, I thought he was the coolest driver,
Sure.
And then my dad, I always loved watching him race. And, when our situation happened years ago, it more blew up because of the fans. He had a lot of fans. We had a lot of fans.
Yeah.
And it kind of clashed, so we kind of kept our distance, right. We're going to fight or what, So, and then the same thing, like, we had an issue with Michael there a couple years ago. We haven't talked a whole lot. We talked a lot last night, his crew, you know. So, you got to put this, like I said, I don't want to hold grudges because I'm the guy that will, I react before I think, and I don't want to go to jail.
Right.
I got kids and I got a wife and like I said, the mellow to the kill zone, it's serious.
It's
I'm
telling you, it's zero.
People
the rooster's 0 to 150. I mean, a blink of an eye.
If people will take your kindness for weakness, kind of. So I try to, we got to race these guys, like I said, all the time. There's high egos. There's high, intensity,
It's all just a part of racing, really.
It's part of it, I mean, if you can sort something out without getting straight violent, like I said, heck, we're all getting too old to be scrapping, I'll tell you that. But it takes a lot longer to heal up. But, I think we've all, I even asked Victor last night, I was like, are you and Michael, you ever had him? He's like, I hate that. Of course, he's just cacking.
He's just joking.
Also, okay. I was wondering if it's just me and you guys, or like, am I having an issue?
Yeah.
But
we just race each other all the time, so we're going to have friction here and there. But
last night at the party, I mean, we're all sitting there talking, and it was so cool. We got a picture, so me, you, Josh, Chilton, Victor. I mean, that's one of them pictures.
Yeah. That's one of a kind.
I'll
tell you
that, man. I know.
Three of the best drivers, in Central Kentucky, Southeastern Kentucky, and it was just awesome. That's one of them you want to put, blow up, put in a frame. Yeah. I mean, it was just awesome, and just to hang out.
You better put it in like old rustic.
I know,
we're washed up
No.
Well,
trying to hang on.
I believe, I'll say this. I think for our generation in Central Kentucky where we grew up going, I think you three guys are the best.
Are three of the best,
super,
yes.
Super late. And that's no slight to anybody else, but you guys, and it was just really like, it was
awesome.
just so cool being there with all three of you guys hanging out. It was just, it was super, super cool.
You know, like, I was sitting there watching Josh do his interview with you guys, and I can remember, like, you know, Josh is he's a big guy around here now. I mean,
oh yeah,
he's very competitive.
Yeah.
Watched him race modified. I mean, I remember coming to this race right here, and him getting home from school and walking up the driveway up here with his backpack. I'm like, is getting into modified, I guess. Then.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
I'm like, man, it makes me feel old because, you know, I watched this cat come out of school almost, and he's killing us out here. But no, he's a good competitor. You know, I like Josh, James. You know, the whole team over there. They're good guys and definitely good for the sport. You know, I like. Yeah. This is definitely right territory. So
yeah,
you know,
it's
hard to follow
his
tracks here.
Right.
We'll have to do another show at some time down at Ponderosa or somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be in Rooster Nation territory.
Yeah.
So because I know they're there. Well, man, we greatly appreciate you coming on here. It's been a whole lot of fun talking to you.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
We're gonna have
Thank
fun
y'all
again
for what you
tonight.
do.
Too,
Yeah.
So we'll just keep the weekend going, man. Yep, awesome. So, all right, Dustin Linville, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Glad to have you. That's right.
Rooster Nation.
Rooster. All right. All right. Thank you, buddy. All right,
buddy.
man. So we do, man. We greatly appreciate these guys taking time out of their busy weekend to come on here and spend some time on the podcast here with us. I thought I saw Blake Brown there a minute ago. We'll go ahead and we're going to move right on, get Blake Brown on here. The tidal wave terror on somebody started to call him the hammer down Blake Brown, and Wes and I decided let's scoot that. We'll get us in the camera view too for everybody watching online. But Wes and I decided we're going to stick with the tidal wave terror. That's Blake Brown, so we're going to go with that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know how I got the tidal wave terror, to be honest with you, but it stuck as a kid, and not a big fan of it, but we'll ride with it.
Well, it's kind of stuck, so I mean, you know, you just kind of got to roll with it.
It's there. We'll ride it out.
Yeah, I wanted to mention real quick too. Grab some of this merchandise, folks, behind us. Again, like I said, it means a lot to these guys. Do you have merch? Man, this flag, I tell you what, it's been all kinds of trouble. Let's try to scoot up just a little bit, maybe. Does that work, or are we cut off? The flag is just trying to attack us all day.
So do you have merch at the race trailer?
We do. We got some at the trailer. We normally try to set up in somebody's T-shirt trailer over here. I ain't fancy enough to have one of these yet, but I was hoping Nick would bring his so I could set up in it, but his kids started school, so I couldn't set up in his. But we do have some at the trailer, so they can stop over there and pick it up. Yeah.
So, man, one of the modified drivers here this weekend, I think, what was there, 41 of you, I think I saw?
Good
so,
field.
you know, a good car count there. But what – you're driving a modified up here this weekend, but what does the North-South 100 weekend mean to you?
Oh, man, it's something I've been coming to since I was a kid. Just wanting to race it, and then in the last 6 years, we've probably been coming and racing in the mod stuff. Not a huge fan of the mod format this year. We get one feature, so it's kind of a waste, but I was going to be here anyway, so if you're coming to watch, you might as well race.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, I wondered about that because I'm like, you know, for a lot of you guys, I know it's not the best format. It's not like it used to be, but I thought about that. You're going to be here anyway, so, you know, why not race?
It's Kentucky's crown jewel, you know, so, I mean, it's only 2 hours from the house for me. I'm going to be here probably helping somebody or watching, just hanging out, having a good time. So if I'm going to do that, I might as well race and make some laps and try to make a little money back.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I just noticed a big difference there in our headset. Did you all hear that difference all of a sudden? Maybe it's just mine.
No, I'm good.
I don't know. Like I said, our first time doing something like this live from the track, so you know, a pretty cool thing here. Well, let's talk about the night last night you had, man. Pretty solid there. Last night, I think you know, if that restart or the initial start, I think it was there in the heat race, had gone a little bit different, you might have picked up the win. You had one that was called back, but it was close.
We needed the first one to go. I mean, Cole's been good all year, so I knew when it put me and him beside of each other, it's typically the north-south. It's me and him every year, so I knew putting us beside each other in a heat race was going to be a pretty good battle, and I got him the first start and heard caution come out, and I just put my head down. You know, I was like, doing that 2 times in a row is going to be hard, but and it was. He got me, but his stuff's been good. Just got to do some homework and try to catch him today.
Yeah, that's That's so. What do you got in mind today? What's it take to chase down Cole Falloway? You're right. He's been fast. But you guys, it seems like around here, so many, especially if you two guys are at the same place. The race seems to come down to one of you two.
It's usually you all are usually 1-2, and it could be either way.
Yeah, realistically, we both know we got very similar race cars.
Yeah,
we're both in one of Nick's elite cars. We're very similar shock package and everything. We're very, very similar. So a lot of times it's who gets in front of the other and then who's having a good night. He's been really good all year, and I started out probably a little better beginning of the year, and his second half's probably been a little better than mine. But that's part of it.
Yeah,
that's just racing deal. But both of you have had really big wins this year. Tell us about the one you had at Farmer City.
That's probably my favorite win of all time.
that was a great one.
Yeah, that's by far my favorite win of all time. Not the most money that I've won, but I led dang near all of it. Let Michael Ledford get around me with 5 or 6 to go, and I just started ripping the top. And I'm not a top guy at all. That's not me. But tried knocking the deck out of it the last lap and actually won it. And I did not have plans on doing that going in the last corner, but just the instincts kicked in, I guess, and it paid off.
Yeah. Tell us about racing up there in Illinois, and it don't matter where you show up, that area with our Kentucky drivers is probably the best as far as modified racing in the country.
Oh, by far. I tell everybody, not only is the racetracks there just awesome, like every one of them race early to late, they're racing. You can race all over them, but the competition level, I mean, it'll humble you real quick. Like I can come here or anywhere down here and win or be top 3 every night, and then you go up there and not even make the race sometimes. I mean, their field and competition up there is tough.
Yeah. But it's cool to see. I love to see our local guys like yourself jump up there and run good against those guys, and then get out of there with a win, a podium finish. It's like, that's something, and you kind of look at that, and I mean, we look at you as one of the top modified drivers in the country, based off of getting to do and go and run those, 3-4 night shows, hitting different tracks up there in the land of Lincoln, and then, really doing good and having good finishes. So
yeah, I've been blessed to be able to even travel and do that. Traveling up on the road anymore is not cheap by any means. I mean, I've got a ton of sponsors that help me, and to go do that, that's what I've been wanting to do. I've done the regional and track champions and stuff, and kind of, I guess, wanted to venture out. I mean, you're not going to be the best if you don't race against the best. So and luckily this year I've kept the road hot and not really raced around here much at all, but chase the money. The mods still don't pay what we probably want them to pay, but you start traveling. Like me and Cole were actually talking the other day. A lot of the big races are kind of over, but we've had some pretty good paying mod shows throughout the year this year.
Well, that's something. You look at the modifieds, and money wise, a modified and a super late model are pretty close as far as the amount of money for the car. And then you're looking at the payouts. You don't have these 75,000 to win shows for a modified, or 50,000 to win, and it's like, man, if we could get some of those bigger paying races, more throughout the year, that would be great.
Yeah, and I think these tracks need to look at it too. Like, for example, we went to Fairbury and had that 20 grand mod race, and they would have thought that was like the World 100. Like, there was 126 of us.
Wow,
there's no way they didn't make no money. So like these other tracks, it don't have to be 20. Like we're fine with 5s and 10s, but showing up for 15 or even 2 grand, and like you said, our stuff, the late models are more expensive. They are, but for the amount of money that we put into them versus what we get back, really ain't.
Right, and that's what I was kind of getting at, and then you've got some modified shows invite only. So I mean, they're gonna holler at the best of the best. You want a good show put on for that caliber of money, and so we're seeing that a lot in the modifieds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Something I want to ask you about, because you talk about getting out regionally and running more and traveling up and down the road. I think it's really cool to see you get to do that. I'll be honest with you, we miss you. We miss you here at home when you're out traveling. But I understand also, though, the desire to get out and compete and find competition. Something we've talked a lot about on the podcast ourselves. Around here, you win a lot, and we've talked about this. If you win too much, you're cheating, right?
Whether it's the modified, whether it's in the super stock.
That's
crate,
something
whatever.
we hear a whole lot. We hear a whole lot, but do you hear it? And how do you respond? Like, personally, like how does it affect you at all?
I mean, as a kid, I've always been blessed and had success at an early age, and as a kid, it did.
Yeah.
But my old man was always the first to tell you. He's like, if at least they're talking about you, no matter good or bad, they're talking about you.
Yeah.
So like that anymore, no. I mean, it don't bother me. Just let them hate, I guess, and roll on with it. I mean, that's around. It's crazy. I probably have more fans away from home than I do back home sometimes. So there's a lot that, like you say, you win and they don't like you, but maybe it's a good thing.
Well, I think you're on another level if you get to the point to where, like, a lot of people have fans, but if you have, I don't want to say haters, but you have people that dislike you. To me, that's when you're on another level.
Yeah.
When you got
well,
people that dislike you.
Robbie said it best, and Robbie was a racer coming, from being in the game. You was either a Robbie Brown fan or you wasn't a Robbie Brown fan. So it's like, one of those love them or hate them deals, kind of like the Scott Blomqvist, kind of like the Davenport, kind of now.
Yep.
When you're getting those boos when they're announcing you at the World 100,
you're doing something right.
For driver introduction, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So if you've got those fans up there, and Turbo's the best, he's like, I like you up there, and he calls them out from his interview. If they're hating on you and they're talking about you, that's what you want.
Yeah,
because you're gonna have fans from that.
Yep.
That are like, that's my driver. I'm gonna take up for my driver. I'm gonna hoot and holler when he wins.
Yeah.
But that's part of it.
Yeah,
it is.
That's why we do this thing, man. It's why
it's competitive.
People are passionate in this sport, so that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Like I said, it don't really bother me anymore. They can hate me. It's like we don't really come to make friends. Like Dad always said, we bring our friends with us, and there ain't many of them. So but no, it's a good thing. It's just part of it.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to see from you the rest of the weekend? So you guys race tonight and off on Saturday. Unfortunately, we dislike that as much as you do. We want to see modifieds, but you guys race tonight. You got one feature coming up this evening. What are we going to see from you tonight? We getting around Cole Falloway and everybody else here and putting the 99 in victory lane?
I sure hope so. It sounds good, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We start fifth, so it's going to be just hopefully the start can work out pretty good where I can hopefully get to second pretty quick and not let Cole get too far out on us, and then my stuff's just got to be good. So I think we're the very last feature tonight, so it's probably going to be slick top to bottom, which is what I like, but that's also what Cole likes too.
Yeah.
So we'll see what it turns out to, but regardless, we'll have fun tonight, and then tomorrow we're kind of just chill.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Well, I know you got some people you want to thank. I want to give you. We should have done this with others.
Yeah, we should have.
Give you a chance here to thank some of your
sponsors.
Yeah, Barrier Roos, Don Franklin Ford, Vic Hill Race Engines, Nick Hoffman with Elite Chassis. He's helped me all weekend. I actually got to help him tomorrow. He's got one crew guy, I think, and his dad. Red Rock Home Center, Jarovich Shocks, Kentucky Clutch, JP Tech, Bert's Babuda. Trying to think of all of them. There's too many to count. But Norman Trucking, Kentucky Farm Bureau, Coondog Academy, Cody Mallory. He's helped me too. Just everybody makes it possible, man. It's, as you all know, this sport's getting out of hand really fast, and if it wasn't for everybody that helps me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, that is for sure. So we we appreciate those people as well that invest in
in
our sport for sure. So wanted to give them a minute there, man. Good luck the rest of the weekend. Appreciate you joining us on here.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you. Yeah.
Appreciate you. Good luck tonight.
Blake Brown, man, the tidal wave terror. Blake Brown going to finish up his North-South 100 weekend here tonight, coming up in the feature for the open wheel modifieds here at Florence Speedway. And we're going to go ahead and move right along. We've got the mailman here coming on Dirt Racing in the Bluegrass Live. Devin Moran joining us here on the podcast. Man, I appreciate you jumping on here with us. Wes talked to you last night, and is it get you fitted there?
Gotta get the headset right.
That's right. Yeah, we gotta get.
You good? You got it?
You good?
Can you see me? Life's good.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good,
man, we're official here. I like this.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we love it.
We're Redneck Royalty, as our good buddy Jimmy Smith calls
Redneck
it.
Royalty.
Redneck Royalty,
No better
man.
place than the dirt track, right?
I know. That's exactly right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got you. Cool. Well,
So,
thanks for having me on, gentlemen.
Yeah, no, it's no problem, man. I know, like I said, Wes talked to you there last night. You said you'd jump on with us. Always means a lot to us too, and several of you guys are nice enough to come to. We're a regional podcast. We cover stuff just here in Kentucky mainly, and but it's really cool of you guys to be willing to jump on this with us. When you got opportunities to be on Flow and all this stuff, but to be willing to do this is pretty cool of you.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even realize we were doing it out like this. I thought we were just hiding in the trailer. So I saw some people hanging out. So cool to come out and hang out and talk to the people and talk to you guys. And hopefully we have a good weekend ahead of us. Perfect weather, so I'm excited for the next 2 nights.
It's kind of one of them odd deals. North-South 100 weekend usually have horrible weather and it rains for days. But I mean, looking at the forecast, it's cooler temps and it's beautiful today. Bluebird skies. That's all we
No
want
rain, not gonna be hot. Life is good.
Man.
We're loving life. Josh had the track awesome last night.
He really did.
It was
good. Yeah.
Man, it was bad fast last night.
It was good. It was good. I don't know if he can quite get it the same because he had all week to work on it last night. But, I mean, they always do a good job here. So I'm sure it'll have a cushion, and we'll be racing all over it like we did last night.
He works hard on it. I know after everything was over, we're over there partying, having a good time, and Josh King's on the track working, trying to get everything ready, and he does. He works hard at it, and this is big. This is always a huge event for the state of Kentucky. Crown Jewel here at Florence, and they just do a great job, him and his staff.
Yeah, I mean, really, in my opinion, it's a top 5 dirt late model event. I mean, you've got the Dream, the World, the Dirt Track, this, and then this is probably number four on the list. I mean, Knoxville's great, Silver Dollar Nationals, Fairbury, Cedar Lake. There's a lot of great places and great races, but the crowd always comes out every year. The racing's always good. So, in my opinion, like I said, top 4, top 5 Crown Jewel event, and not just Kentucky and all dirt track racing. So I love coming here and hanging out, and it's fun to be a part of the atmosphere, I guess.
Well, Florence Speedway is not far from Dresden, Ohio. You're pretty close to here. Where does the North-South 100 rank to you, like as far as all the Crown Jewels? Where do you rank it, you think?
Like I said, I mean, in my opinion, it's definitely a top 5 event. I would say 4. It's only 3 hours from home, but you've got 3 at Eldora, so it's hard to get above Eldora. And Portsmouth, the dirt track was always at Portsmouth, and it's always been a great event. So I would say it's 4 behind the Dream, the World, the Dream, the dirt track than here, I'd say.
Yeah, and that's pretty accurate. That's probably close on our list as well. With us being Kentucky boys, it definitely ranks up there. I don't know. I've never been to a Dream, been to several World 100s, so I don't know. I may bump this one above the Dream, but
I think that's the homer out of you saying it. Come on now.
It's definitely the homer. Well, what do you think about the Dirt Track World Championship being at Eldora? Do you like it, or you wish it was at Portsmouth? What do you think?
I like it. So the dirt track's been one of them races that it's kind of always moved around. It's been to Lawrenceburg, it's been to Pennsboro, West Virginia Motor, Portsmouth, Eldora. So I like it at Eldora, but I think after a couple years, it needs to find a new home every 5 or 6 years. It's cool when it moves around and kind of changes the dynamic of who's doing what and how's it's going. But Hopefully Eldora has the track a little nicer than they did last year for the dirt track, which I'm sure they will. Just weather and circumstances wasn't great, but made for an exciting Sunday night race. But I like it there, and I hope it stays there for a couple years for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if that race will ever come here to Florence.
You know, I said this would be one place that it could possibly come to.
Oh, it would be. I'd love that.
But I don't know if it'll ever happen or not, because the North-South is such a big deal, and it's only 2.5 months after the North-South. So, I mean, it may. I know.
This flag, man, it's been fighting us
That's
all
but,
day. So.
But it would be cool to come here. We've thought of a couple different places it could go to, but this is definitely one. It's kind of the area that the dirt track was built around, so it could definitely come here someday. You never know.
Definitely could. Well, you've had a great year so far, and a great couple of years with Double Down Motorsports. That's been a really good thing for you, it seems like, and you're really running good.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for sure. You know, I raced with Ty Torg, who Nick's racing for now, and had a great ride with Ty and them, and then this opportunity with Roger Sellers came about, and just something we couldn't turn down. You know, Roger's a great car owner, and he's got a great family and a great race team. You know, and I've got a great crew. My guys have worked their tail off for me for the last year and a half, and can't thank them enough. And if it wasn't for them guys, I wouldn't be running as good as we are. So all the credit goes to Roger and my guys, and I get to do the fun part. I get to stand behind the steering wheel and have a blast. So. Yeah, they've done good, and hopefully we can just keep the train rolling.
Yeah, well, it definitely has to be so much fun out there on the racetrack. What do you think about the rest of this weekend? You run good last night and had.
Yeah, I wasn't bad. You know, obviously JD was really good, and then we got to sit in the infield and watch the second feature, and both Bobby was really, really good. He fell back to like 15th or so and came right up through there, and then. Ricky obviously won the race and was good as well. So I got to find a little bit of balance. I don't feel like I was great. So I felt like we're a top 5 overall car, but definitely not good enough to win. So me and Chucky, my crew chief, we've kind of put our minds together a little bit this morning, and we've got some ideas. So we're going to try some stuff tonight, and it's either going to be better and help us, or it's going to be a little worse, and we know to go back the other way a little bit. So we'll just take the night as a test night. They're inverting 4 for the heats tomorrow, so really doesn't matter how we run tonight, as bad as that sounds. So we'll use tonight as a test night and see what happens and get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. And we talked to Josh Rice there earlier and was talking about, you got 3 nights of racing, and you're going to have kind of different track situations. And, the first 2 nights, 25-lap features. So, those are quick unless you get into some cautions. And then on Saturday night, you got the 100-lapper, and that's the one we wait for.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
nothing better than a 100-lapper, is there?
No,
I love it.
Especially not here at Florence. I mean, that's man, I'm telling you, one of our favorite races each and every year.
Yeah.
And we love that 100-lapper and 75,000 win. Huge payout just to start. Just an awesome event.
Yeah, it's cool. Josh King and the crew, they just keep making it better and better to come. 75,000 to win, 3,500 to start. Like, this is one of the best paying events we go to, and that's kudos to Josh King and them, because you don't have to do that as a promoter. We're all coming, but they're doing it to help the teams and the drivers and the crews and everybody. So big shout out to them for that. And as long as the fans keep coming out and supporting, I think it's just going to keep getting bigger year after year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Saturday, it'll be standing room only.
Oh, man.
Last night for a Thursday night, it was a pretty good crowd.
Man,
last night.
It was.
I don't know if